All right, guys, I'm live here for my WWE Roadblock 2016 review. You guys can send in your questions via the chat or tweeting me at ChaseAuto68, pertaining, I should say, to this Roadblock special event on the WWE Network. You know what? I'll say this. I know some YouTubers or some people who are going to review this show are going to come in with this mentality. They're going to come in and say, well, I'm not going to be too hard on the show because this was supposed to be a house show, and thus I had to view it like it's a house show. And people are going to be saying that nonsense that since this was supposed to be a house show, I should review it like it's a house show. No. Listen, this wasn't a motherfucking house show. When you have Triple H versus Dean Ambrose for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and you have it where it's pretty much a big deal that Triple H and Dean Ambrose are wrestling, and this show itself was promoted heavily on Monday Night Raw, and that this show in itself is going to be a main proponent to the road to WrestleMania. No. This isn't being viewed as a house show. This is a special event. This is a pay-per-view type of quality event that I should be expecting out of it. So sorry if I'm going to be one of the few YouTubers that come on here and actually tell you how it is when it comes to Roadblock 2016 and not just review it as it's supposed to be a house show, because this isn't a house show. This is a special event. I pay $9.99 for it. Should expect some $9.99 worth quality of the WWE. WWE Roadblock 2016, live from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. They were using the WWE live set. I didn't really care all that much for the WWE live set. Quick notes before I talk about the matches. I'm one of those guys that when I look at presentation, lighting is important to me when it comes to wrestling. I don't know why. Maybe I'm weird like that or something like that. But I didn't like that they used the house show lighting for this event. Like, don't get me wrong. House show lighting is cool and all for house shows. But I like seeing the crowd. I really do. I like seeing the crowd expressions. You know, sometimes they can carry a match for me if the match seems dull and boring. But when the lighting's all dark like that, sorry, I just don't like it. It feels cheap. I don't know why. I was expecting some yellow colors for the Roadblock pay-per-view or the Roadblock special event. The lighting, it was just whatever for me. But that's just my little nicks. Why, Chase? Why did you waste your time with this so-called special event? I don't know, Blue Knight. Just what everyone else did. Yeah, Kadena said, hi, handsome. I like it, Roadblock. And for me, Diva's match was amazing. Yes, we'll get to all the matches here in a moment. The first opening match is what an opening match for a special event should be. The New Day taking on the League of Nations. New Day cut a nice promo about the Booty-O's cereal. Sadly, it's not a real cereal. It's just you can buy a Booty-O's box, and it comes with a Booty-O's t-shirt. So you can get those on www.shop.com. But this match between the New Day and the League of Nations, this is what an opening to pay-per-view / special events should be. A nice, good match. A match that sets the pace and sets the tone of, hey, this is what we're going to expect from this event. This is what I'm looking forward to from this event. This was a good opening matchup for sure. That's all I can really say about it. New Day retains. Right decision there. I thought they were going to lose because anytime WWE likes to mention like special stats that like fans aren't paying attention towards, you know, that ends up being the crux for the team with that special stat, because they're talking about how the New Day had 200 days as the tag team champion. So I thought, oh, fuck, the New Day are going to lose the tag team titles here. Great. We're going to have the League of Nations be our tag team champions. Thank God that wasn't the case. The New Day's won, and we move on forward to the next match of the night, where we had Chris Jericho come out and cut a great heel promo, tearing down Toronto, saying how much Canada sucks. He's happy that he left this place, doing a great job as a heel, and talking about flavors of the month. And I was saying to myself here, maybe they're going to give us a Chris Jericho and a Sami Zayn match, because I was thinking to myself, maybe Sami Zayn is backstage for this show. You know, they were doing another show that DJ Cass had to tell us about for the multiple times of the night in Atlantic City, where AJ Styles and Kevin Owens were having a 30-minute Iron Man match. They were having another show, but maybe I thought Sami Zayn was going to be backstage for this show, and we would get a Chris Jericho-Sami Zayn match. It would fit the title of the promo, and then Chris Jericho started talking about Jack Swagger, and he started to mock Jack Swagger. And out who comes out? Jack Swagger. Huh? You have Chris Jericho disrespecting Canada, talking about flavor of the month independent talents, and you bring out the American, who is definitely not a flavor of the month by most of the YWC, in Jack Swagger? Jack Swagger got a Tito Ortiz reaction. Tito Ortiz was proud of that reaction. Tito was sitting there, cross-armed, nodding his head in approval to Jack Swagger's no reaction that he got here tonight at Roadblock. Why send out Jack Swagger? Jack Swagger? Huh? He's American. What does he have relation to Canada? Absolutely nothing. Hey, at least we know Jack Swagger's DUI is gone because now he can wrestle in Canada, but I don't give a fuck. You had Sami Zayn on the show anyways, taking on Stardust. Sami Zayn, Chris Jericho would be a much better match, much better showcase for both of these men, especially because you want to showcase Sami Zayn in some type of way and emphasize the Jericho heel turn more. Why not do Jericho and Zayn? This isn't like me being a hardcore wrestling fan saying, I want all the best in-ring action. No, this is me as someone with common fucking sense. Why would an American come out to defend the honor of Canadians? Why would the Canadian crowd cheer for an American when he's facing a fucking Canadian? Why would you waste Sami Zayn taking on Stardust? What the fuck is this shit? I would suffer through a short Stardust and Jack Swagger match if it meant I got Chris Jericho versus Sami Zayn tonight in a match that would have made sense. God damn. But Jericho was great. After he won his match with Swagger, he goes and he rips up a sign and it's bye-bye Jericho. Jericho's now officially 2008 heel form. Great shit by Jericho tonight. We move on to the NXT Tag Team title match. Dash and Dawson, the Revival, the Mechanics, whatever the fuck they're called, Mini Ascension as I like to call them, taking on Enzo and Big Cass, who pretty much are just there to lose all the time. I like Enzo and Big Cass for what they do. They have great tag team dynamic. I just think that people overrate their skit a little bit because I feel like, you know, the opening skit of Enzo and Cass won't work as well as people think. I think that the SAWFT SWAT, that will work. That will get over by most of the people. But Enzo Amore doing this, my name is Enzo Amore, and I'm a bona fide G and a certified star, and you can't teach that. I don't think his whole little spiel that he does in the beginning will get as over as many people think it would, in my personal opinion. That's just me. But this was a nice NXT Tag Team title match. You knew who was going to win this match. They gave you the false hope that Enzo and Cass were going to win, but if you watch a lot of Enzo and Cass Tag Team title matches, you should know by now these guys are bona fide losers in the tag team division, so they're not going to win this match. Don't get me wrong, entertaining team is Enzo and Cass, but they've been painted as bona fide losers in the tag team division. So really, to be honest here, I don't know what they're going to do with Enzo and Cass. Like, honestly, like, on the main roster, they'll kind of face the same fate where they just are, like, the favorite tag team everyone kind of likes and gets behind, but they just never really do shit in winning the tag titles, which kind of scratches my head and makes me wonder why. But I knew the Revival weren't going to lose here because Dash and Dawson are taking on Gable and Jordan, American Alpha, at the NXT Dallas show. So that should be a really, really good one. All right, now we move on to the Divas Championship match. Huge matchup for Charlotte versus Natalya. This was like announced last minute. You know, they had a backstage segment explaining how the match took place. And just like their takeover match that they had a couple years back, this match was also really damn good and honestly stole the show, for me at least. I know, believe it or not, God did not steal the show for me. I mean, it was we'll get to that match when we get to it. But this match was just killer between Charlotte and Natalya. And even though Sasha Banks is my favorite women's wrestler currently, I think Natalya is overall the best women's wrestler on the roster. Just smooth transitions, solid story, took took time to build up the match. That's what I appreciated here, was that they didn't go gun-ho, gun-blazing with all these freaking spots. They took time. They built up the crowd. They kept the crowd on their hands, kept them seating. Then they built up to when the fans can start building back up and start getting on their feet and cheering. They did a really, really good job. Charlotte and Natalya just have wonderful chemistry with each other. They could wrestle each other 5 times, and I don't think I would be bored of it. The only time they've had bad matches is when they don't have time to tell the story or get people involved in their matches, in all honesty. So give these women time, and these women can do work. Charlotte and Natalya, great match. Charlotte wins, though, in a kind of lame way. Like, you know, you had Natalya have the sharpshooter in, and it was like really, really locked in tight. And then all of a sudden, it was just like Charlotte gets underneath the bottom rope, which, by the way, people who are watching this live with me would know I was upset about. There's this referee during this match. I don't know who this referee is. I forgot his fucking name. But fuck you. You are a terrible referee. First off, I am very crucial about little things in professional wrestling. I think a lot of people who are subscribed to my channel know this, that I am very crucial about little details in wrestling. I don't know why. Maybe because my fanhood of boxing, and I grew up as a boxing fan first before I became a wrestling fan. I don't know why, but I'm very crucial, especially when it comes to referees and referees doing their fucking jobs. And this motherfucker right here, when Charlotte had the figure 4, and then she was doing the figure 4 on the outside, he didn't even count to 5. No, this guy decided, I'm going to roll out the ring and break up the hold. No, motherfucker, your job is not to break up the hold. Your job is to count to 5 first and then force her to break up the hold after you do that. Not only that, multiple times I saw Charlotte going to the top turnbuckle, and instead of doing what most referees do in that situation, where they count to 5, telling the wrestler to get down, this guy just said, hey, get down. And he never got, and she didn't listen. And he didn't do anything but stand there and look like a goober. Sorry if that's something that shouldn't bug me, but it did. It bugged me a lot. It really did. And it happened near the end of the match where Natalya pretty much was on, like Charlotte's hand was underneath the bottom rope, which is considered a rope break for most part. If you break the rope, that's considered a rope break. And yet he didn't call for the rope break whatsoever. So it made Natalya look idiotic as she just lets go of the sharpshooter for no reason. And then pretty much has it where Ric Flair distracts her. And then have it where Charlotte gets a quick roll-up win. And it was just like, come on, man. Like, can't we just have Charlotte have a really, really good, dominant win? Does she always need Ric Flair to hold her hand to win these matches? She's our Divas champion. Our Divas champion should be able to get rid of a contender like Natalya like that. Just dominance. We don't need this whole, like, freaking extra pomp and circumstance for this match. No, we just need dominance. But nah, WWE didn't want to do dominance. They didn't want dominance for Charlotte. Don't understand. Don't know why. So let's see what you guys are saying about this show so far. Okay, Chase, calm down a little bit. I'm calm, yay, Cardenas. Oh, you don't understand me. Well, yeah, I tend to talk fast. Elena Nicole says the undercard was amazing. However, the ending was painfully obvious. I don't think we'll ever get a swerve at this rate. No swerves. Go watch Zootopia if you want to serve that. The swerve. Zootopia had a major swerve in that movie. That movie was insane. What else are you guys saying about this show? Roger M is LOLing because I was complaining about the referee. I do not know why. KOW Dylan, who was also part of the Skype live chat, says Fastlane 2 Electra Boogaloo was basically Fastlane, but with better wrestling matches. Still no good story progression. Yep, that was pretty much Fastlane for you. That was pretty much it. Aisha Boss said, if they want Charlotte to get major heat, turn her on Father. Yep, turn her on Ric Flair. That will get her major heat. Now, at first, I was saying Roadblock. In the Skype chat, we were all saying Roadblock was actually a pretty solid show at this point. It was a C+. We were saying this was a nice average show for the WWE so far. Not really anything major storyline developments, but it was good. It had a good start. And all of a sudden, we get to Brock Lesnar and Bray Wyatt. Oh, my God, kill me now. What are you doing with Bray Wyatt? New face of fear. Fuck. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the biggest Bray Wyatt guy in the world, but I wouldn't even do what the fuck I did with him tonight. handle. I would at least try to make this guy seem like he's a bigger deal. But instead, they have it where Bray Wyatt comes out, cuts this promo. New face of fear, me and my brother Luke Harper tonight, we're going to take down and slay the beast. Brock Lesnar has conquered men like Triple H, John Cena, The Rock, and the fearsome one of them all, The Undertaker, but he's never conquered a man like me. And it's like, Bray Wyatt, you've been conquered like John Cena and Undertaker before. But it's like, Bray Wyatt just had a stare down with Triple H that, you know, the Chicago fans got behind. So you felt maybe WWE heard that, and maybe WWE will kind of give Bray Wyatt some momentum, because let's face it, we all knew Brock Lesnar was going to win this match. But maybe they will make Bray Wyatt feel important while watching this match. While Lesnar's beating him down, he doesn't really feel the suplexes all that much. Maybe they're going to do that. But no, all of a sudden, they made this match into a handicap match? Huh? Originally, before they changed the match to Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar, it was going to be Brock Lesnar versus Luke Harper. That was the original match scheduled for WWE Roadblock. But instead, we had Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper taking on Brock Lesnar. And Bray Wyatt wasn't even a factor at all. And anything, they made him look like a total pussy and a total bitch, to the point where I'm saying to myself, oh my God, why should I ever be afraid of this guy? This guy was afraid of Brock Lesnar the whole damn time. Wouldn't even step in the ring for Brock Lesnar. You would think a guy that has no big-time match into WrestleMania, a guy that you just had to stare down with Triple H, that you would think you would try to build some type of freaking momentum for this dude, but instead, they made Bray Wyatt into the new face of, I'm afraid of Brock Lesnar. I don't want to pay to see a Lesnar-Wyatt match now. Are you kidding me? Do I really want to sit here and say that I want to see a Lesnar-Wyatt match now? No. I honestly don't care if these guys ever go at it anymore, and you just ruined that. You just had it where Brock Lesnar comes out, suplexes freaking Harper like, what, 7 times, and that's it? This is what you use Lesnar for? I mean, I'm just saying, when I expect Lesnar on a show, I expect a little more. He didn't feel like a big deal. He just didn't. I was expecting a double suplex spot at least once in this match to make Lesnar feel like a bigger deal, but no, all we got was Lesnar just suplexing someone. It was just a beatdown, except Lesnar wasn't wearing his cutoff t-shirt or his sweatpants. What the fuck was that? This is how you're using Brock Lesnar? This is how you're using Bray Wyatt? Ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't get this company. I just don't. And then afterwards, I just felt to myself, man, dude, Triple H and Dean Ambrose better carry the rest of this show. He has to carry the rest of the show. But then afterwards, we get a useless Stardust and Sami Zayn match. And I talked about earlier, it was like, yeah, sure, maybe the match was good. But really, to be honest, my head was still hurting and just confused about what I watched from Brock Lesnar and Bray Wyatt to make me really care about this match. I just didn't understand that WWE would advertise a match that has some interest in Lesnar versus Wyatt, and you don't deliver it. They don't deliver it on that end. They don't deliver a match that I was kind of excited for. It just anything, it hurt the Bray Wyatt character. Made me want to see this guy ever wrestle again. It's just dumb. Just really, really dumb. I agree, John Thompson. Brock versus Harper using Bray as a pussy. Exactly. Bray was doing nothing. How is this guy supposed to be a new face of fear? How is he supposed to scare anyone when he runs away? Nor Order says, my head looks like Lesnar's neck. Holy shit, dude. How big is your head? or are you saying your head's small? So, I don't know, but it's pretty big if your head's that big. New face of fear. What the fuck are they doing with Bray? Dude, look like a punk-ass bitch to Lesnar. Yeah, new face of fear, my ass. Agreed, Aisha. Paul Tafoya says, everyone makes fun of Reigns and Cena for their limited moveset, yet all Lesnar does is suplex, F5, and maybe occasional knee or submission hold. Nah, I don't get it either. That's so true. Cena and Reigns, they suck because they don't have a moveset. Oh, Lesnar's awesome. I never thought about it like that before. Yeah. Why is it that Reigns and Cena get hate for their movesets, yet Lesnar, all he does is suplex? I guess maybe because Lesnar has the UFC background, the UFC background, so everyone's all like, yeah, awesome. Guess so. Maybe that's the case. But then we get to Triple H and Dean Ambrose. This match right here between Triple H and Dean, let's be honest here, we knew what was going to happen. And it's funny to me that fans are sitting here and saying, oh, Chase, Dean Ambrose is more over than Roman Reigns. Dean Ambrose will clearly get cheered more than Triple H at Roadblock. They need to put him over. He's the hot guy. He's the guy everyone wants to see as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Yet, in the match, Triple H and Dean Ambrose were split with the crowd. They even did a screwy finish, and Triple H still got cheered at the end of the match. So Dean Ambrose is really this over. You're telling me this is the guy that should be replacing Roman Reigns. He's so damn over that fans were still cheering Triple H. Not only that, they were even chanting for the MMA fighter in CM Punk. How is Dean Ambrose over? Please tell me when Triple H was still getting cheered after a screwy finish win. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for people to try to come on here and defend Dean Ambrose. Because I don't get how he is this over, yet Triple H was still getting cheered. Makes no sense. Makes no sense to me. But what I will say was that the match itself didn't make any sense to me either. Because earlier in the match, they had Dean Ambrose working his leg, working Triple H's leg. And I was sitting here telling myself, like, does Dean Ambrose have any moves that finish with the leg? Does he have any submission moves that he uses for the leg? Sure, he pulled out the figure four and a sharpshooter in this match, but when has Dean Ambrose been known for pulling out the figure four and a sharpshooter? Not that much. Oh, and by the way, Dean Ambrose, congratulations. You did win something tonight. You took away Rock's title for the worst sharpshooter I've ever seen. I thought no one could take away the Rock's title of the worst sharpshooters ever. But Dean Ambrose did. Dean Ambrose took away that worst sharpshooter award. So congratulations, Dean. You are now the person that has executed the worst sharpshooter ever. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's proud, baby. He finally has that honor taken away from him because, oh, God, Rock would put on an ugly sharpshooter. But Dean Ambrose, he took away that crown tonight. But, yeah, they had it where Dean Ambrose was working the leg. Then afterwards, Triple H goes and he no-sells the leg injury. And it's like, wait, why are they having Triple H no-sell a leg injury? Like, huh? Like, why? Like, they just had it where he was working his leg the whole match, and now all of a sudden Triple H is fine. He's able to go do his kicks and everything like that. It just felt like that this match was a classic Reign of Terror Triple H match. Fuck you. It doesn't matter what you do to me. I'm just going to freaking bury you at the end, which it was ultimately. And I was fine by it because, like I stated before, I'm a fan of Triple H, and I've been begging for Reign of Terror Triple H to come back, and that's fine. And I guess some people will throw out there, well, Chase, Triple H does have big fans in Toronto because, let's face it, he won his return World Championship at WrestleMania 18 in Toronto. Not only that, these are the same Canadian fans that were cheering for him to beat up a retard in Eugene a couple years back. So they were cheering for a special ed kid not to win against Triple H. They were telling Triple H to get rid of him. So I guess Triple H has like a good fan base in Toronto for whatever reason. But still, Dean Ambrose was that over. And especially with the screwball finish that they did where they had Dean Ambrose hit the Dirty Deeds and he actually got the 3 count, and everyone thought the match was over. But since Dean Ambrose's leg was underneath the bottom rope, that it didn't count as an official 3 count. So, you know, you think, oh, this is where Triple H gets all the heel heat from. No, because at the end, when Triple H hit the game-deciding pedigree to win the match, Triple H still got cheered. And worst of all, after all this, you didn't even get Roman Reigns coming out to beat down Triple H to build up Triple H versus Reigns. It's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like Roman Reigns is your guy who's going to be a part of the main event of WrestleMania, yet this guy is nowhere in sight. You're trying to keep away from Roman Reigns. It's like they're just like, oh, well, yeah, he's injured. It's like, dude, you gotta let this guy sink or swim at some point, WWE. You can't just fucking keep hiding Roman Reigns. This is getting the fans to hate Roman Reigns even more now. And now you're just like having it where Reigns is just like not showing up to beat down Triple H. This is like the perfect opportune moment for Reigns to come out. Triple H just wrestled a match against your best friend. You had time to tweet out you want Dean Ambrose to win. So why don't you have time to come out there and beat the fuck out of Triple H after this match? I mean, Triple H beat you down after you were tired after wrestling a match. It's only fair game that you do the same thing to him. Yeah, it's just stupid as hell, man. Just stupid as hell. Overall, WWE Roadblock, it was a roadblock. It was a roadblock. Like, this was just like a roadblock. It fit the title's name. So I don't know if I should be praising this pay-per-view or just saying that this, or not pay-per-view, special event, or saying this event sucked. Because, like, in all honesty, it did fit what it needed to do. It was a roadblock. Kept you distracted away from WrestleMania. Stopped us from going to WrestleMania. So it did its job. But at the same time, it wasn't a good roadblock. It was like kind of those roadblocks built by red cones that you were just like, what the fuck is this? And you just drove over them anyways. You didn't care what was at the end. You didn't care if you were going to fall off a cliff. You were just like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Just driving off this cliff anyways. Who cares? So I feel like WWE is doing right now. They're just driving off a cliff. They don't know what the hell they're doing. So overall, Roadblock, Creative Block, Fastlane 2, Electric Boogaloo was not a good show. If anything, the one thing I will suggest that you guys go watch is watch that Divas title match for Charlotte and Natalya, because that was a good women's exchange. Like, I'll say that. They did a stellar job. Other than that, a lot of these matches are matches that you would see on Monday Night Raw. The main event was a classic Triple H Reign of Terror match, but didn't really have the same charm to it. Like, there's so much other better Reign of Terror matches by Triple H that you can go back and watch on the WWE Network. So don't waste your time. Just go watch the Divas match, and you'll thank me for that. So anyways, I'll be taking questions now about WWE Roadblock, WWE Wrestlemania, all that other stuff. So you guys can tweet me at ChaseAuber68 or YouTube chat and the side right there. So, and if you guys are leaving because you guys don't have any questions and you just checked out the review, hit that subscribe button down below. Don't leave without subscribing first, people. The more subscriptions I have, the better. Because that means, I don't know what it means. I honestly don't know what it means to subscribe nowadays on YouTube. Aisha Boss says, Chase, do you ever see WWE fixing this lackluster main event from Mania? At this point, no. I think they are going to go with the route of having Roman appear at the last Raw before Mania, which I think will hurt the card ultimately. John Thompson, that Diva match was great. Yes, it was. And it's a match that everyone should watch. Marvel Boy 17, Triple H won over Dean Ambrose, Reign of Terror style. After Dean Ambrose got back in the ring after going through a table, Triple H pedigreed him. 1, 2, 3. Vintage Triple H. Yeah, because if they're not having Roman show up at this show, and he's not scheduled for Raw, like, seriously, what are you doing? What's Reigns going to be doing? Like, the Croc won. Is that Brock Lesnar? The Croc? Oh, The Rock when he was the Croc. Oh yeah, Triple H when he was the Croc. When they were making fun of Nation. Ms. Mark Henry. I heard Mark Henry was at the show. He beat a local jobber for Mark Henry. That's what I heard the dark matches were. Who you see debuting after Mania? Probably Enzo and Cass. Since WWE doesn't like to be patient, maybe Balor and Balor Club, or Balor as I like to call him. I don't know why. I just see the asterisk over his name and I just think it's Balor. I don't think it's Balor, but I see Balor and the Balor Club, so maybe those guys will debut. And Enzo and Cass probably. Those are the only really ones. I want Samoa Joe. Divine Samoa Joe. Machete Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe with the towel. Samoa Joe that makes people bleed with the towel. Samoa Joe. Ring of Honor Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe being hot as hell. Draven G says Bailey. What about Bailey? Maybe Bailey will debut after WrestleMania. I think they will hold off on her debut unless they have Charlotte keep the title and they kind of do what they did with AJ Lee. You know what I'm saying? Like where they did that AJ Lee thing with Paige a couple years back. Unless they do that, but I don't see what would be the point because they're trying to build up Sasha and Becky, And I would be kind of throwing Sasha and Becky under the rug just to give Bayley, you know, the Divas Championship just like that. Like she just debuts on Raw and she wins it like that. That would just be throwing the rest of the Divas underneath the rug. So I don't know if they would do that. Maybe say Bayley for the summertime. That would be kind of interesting, in my opinion, because I think they can still get some legs out of a Bayley and Asuka or Asuka, however you pronounce her name, feud from NXT. What feud do you think will fix Bray Wyatt? That is so hard because I don't know what could fix Bray Wyatt, because you could say that you could put Bray Wyatt in another Taker feud, and especially around Mania time next year, and have it where, you know, Bray Wyatt actually beats Taker. But then again, what if Taker loses to Shane McMahon? It's like, you know, Taker used to be undefeated at WrestleMania, and now he splits even at the last 3 WrestleManias the last 4 WrestleManias he's wrestled at, and one of them was to Shane fucking McMahon, out of all people in the world. So what feud could fix Bray Wyatt? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe if you just force him with the title, him with a forced title reign could help him out a little bit. I highly doubt it would, but I could see it. Nor Order says, Chase, do you think Sasha Banks should do an ECW strip poker? Yes, that'd be great. That would be great. John Thompson asks, where do you see Ryback after WrestleMania? Is his WWE title chances gone for good? I hope he comes back good again. I think Ryback may be the first dude to take on Reigns as champion. It's either Del Rio or Ryback for sure that will take on Reigns first if he wins the title at Mania, because especially if Ryback's now a heel, because let's be real here, if Ryback does win the U.S. title at WrestleMania, we can't say, oh, well, that makes no sense, Chase. He's the U.S. champion going for the WWE title. Well, John Cena recently, as U.S. champion, went for the WWE title, and Seth Rollins held both belts at the same time. So I don't see what's wrong with Ryback if he's a U.S. champion going for the WWE title. And if you want to use the example where Ryback's not a bigger star than Cena, well, JBL, when he was United States champion, went after World Heavyweight champion Rey Mysterio. And if you look at JBL and Ryback, sure, JBL much bigger star than Ryback ever will be. But still, Ryback being a U.S. champion taking on Roman Reigns, yeah, you know, it's believable. It's something that you could see. I say Ryback for sure could get a chance at the WWE title. I hope he gets a WWE title shot soon. If he doesn't win it by 2017, ultimately, sadly, the big guy would have lost a career, which would be a lost cause, which would be sad because, you know, with all the smaller guys in wrestling, a guy like Ryback comes once in a lifetime. I know it sounds corny to say that, but it's true. Like, wrestling fans may not agree with that, especially the hardcore fans, but the guys that you see on the independents that do all the flips and the kicks and everything like that, those dudes come every day. We have a bunch of those on the independent scene. How many Rybacks do we have on the independent scene? I think only like Moose is really the only independent guy I can really look at that I say is like Vince's size type of dude, and Brian Cage from Lucha. Other than that, not that many guys come that are big nowadays anymore in wrestling. Not a lot of big guys do it. That's why they try to get these NFL guys to transition, because they want bigger guys. And I can see why. It's hard. It's really hard to find bigger guys nowadays. All these independent guys, you know, they're all smaller. And so, you know, that's why it's okay for Ryback to succeed. It's good to see different wrestlers succeed. I don't feel like, you know, a roster could work if all of them were just 5'8", my size, because I'm 5'8". Do you guys see me succeed in WWE? Oh, that's an honest question with you. Remember, you guys can also tweet these at Chase Oliver 68 as well. But ultimately, before I answer some more questions, I just wanted to say with this Roadblock show with WWE, I kind of felt like that this show was definitely like a creative block for WWE Creative, because they didn't know what the heck to do at WrestleMania this year. They didn't know how to continue the stories that they were trying to tell. So they tried to, you know, swerve the fans into one way of thinking by having this show and making you feel like there's going to be some change and some big deal happening. But honestly, it didn't work. And honestly, I knew it wasn't going to work, because it was just a show just to kind of, you know, buy time. It was a show that WWE was like, hey, if we throw this out here where we had, you know, Brock Lesnar taking on Bray Wyatt, a match people want to see, and Dean Ambrose going for the WWE title, then people will be into the show and will like this show and get them more excited for WrestleMania, when obviously they did the opposite. They got more fans disinterested into WrestleMania because you got the fans actually believing that Dean Ambrose could become champion. And that's not what you wanted to do heading into WrestleMania, because with WrestleMania, when it hasn't been where the WWE has just dropped the strap 3 weeks before their big show. They've never done that before in wrestling history. They would have never done that. The story they're trying to tell is Triple H versus Roman Reigns, not Triple H versus Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. And so it's just ultimately, this was just a whole creative block by the WWE because they didn't know how to continue the stories of Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar and Triple H versus Roman Reigns, and especially in a case for Roman Reigns to help Roman Reigns get more over. So yeah, that's what I want to put out there. Well, I was never a big fan of this show or the idea of this show in the first place. John Thompson says, I don't know why, but I like Stardust. Is there something wrong with me? No, you can like who you like. You know, it's cool to be a Stardust fan. I'm a Cody Rhodes fan. I just don't like the Stardust gimmick. But if you like Stardust, you can like him. Not a big deal. There's nothing wrong with you. You can be a fan of whoever the fuck you want to be a fan of. Doesn't hurt you at the end of the day. Who cares what other people think if you like them or not? Paul Tafoya asked, Mil Muertes versus Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 33. That'd be pretty fucking intense. Not gonna lie. Mil Muertes. Nor Order asked, Brock Lesnar versus Brie Bella. We wanted Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar. This is the closest we're gonna get. Brock versus Brie. The Beast Unleashed. Because you had the Balabuster model. Lesnar versus Sheamus feud, maybe, says John Thompson. You know. No, I don't want to see a Lesnar and Sheamus feud anymore. I used to be down for the Lesnar and Sheamus feud. I used to be a big fan of Sheamus, but Sheamus has kind of fallen off the rocker there a little bit. Double A Star. Why is Reigns such a ghost in this feud? It's sad as a Reigns fan seeing him being treated this way. It is, because Reigns is someone that alone has to be carried on by the fact that he's good looking and that he has a power moveset. And instead of playing it to Roman Reigns' strengths of trying to feature him on TV and having his badass moveset be in effect, they're doing the opposite, which makes no sense, of having it where they're hiding Reigns in the shadow. I don't understand why they're trying to hide Reigns in the shadow. So it makes no sense to me. Double A Star asks, which match do you think will open up Mania? If they do the IC title schnoz match where it's just multiple people, probably that one. Double A Star asks, do you see Ambrose winning against Brock Lesnar? Dean Ambrose should win against Brock Lesnar because, honestly, what good does it having Brock Lesnar go over Dean Ambrose? There's no good coming out of it. It's just a waste of time if you have Brock Lesnar beat Dean Ambrose, because you had Lesnar break the streak, and yet Lesnar hasn't really put over anyone at all since breaking that streak. So you need to have Dean Ambrose win against Brock Lesnar, but will he? I had to see the rest of the booking. Probably during my predictions show, I will have a good answer for you there, Double A Star. Double A Star also asked, how would you book Triple H versus Reigns? The shit WWE putting up is up. I'm sorry, I'm so mad, making feud terrible. Yeah, Triple H versus Reigns shouldn't be this terrible. Now, I'm going to turn the cap around. Just like Ash Ketchum when he's doing Pokemon, where he turns the cap to catch a Pokemon. I'm turning the cap around for a booking cap. We're going to have a booking session. Got the red pen matching the red cap. Shout out to Famous Days, my old workplace. Rest in peace, Famous Days. Miss you. Still around in other places, but my place closed. That's why I have more free time to do videos like this. But going to do the booking, how Chase would have booked Reigns versus Triple H. So sorry for all you people that don't want to hear this, but you're going to hear this, okay? Going to have to sit through this one. How I would have booked Reigns versus Triple H is this. At Survivor Series, I would have had Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns in the finals for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and I would have had Roman Reigns suffer an injury in this match. Then afterwards, I would have had Triple H gone over Roman Reigns some way, somehow. Fuck Sheamus and his Money in the Bank. Get rid of that. I don't even care. I would have already had him fail a cash-in. So Sheamus's Money in the Bank, not even a factor. We already had him fail the cash-in. We wrote it in. Failed cash-in at Hell in a Cell. And then afterwards, I would have had Triple H go in and say, oh, Roman, Your prize is not the WWE Championship. Your prize is a WWE Championship match with me. And then you would have had Triple H gone in and destroyed Roman Reigns in this match. And afterwards, you would have had Triple H go in and just pretty much go through the roster. John Cena, check. Once John Cena returned, of course, from his injury, you would have had Triple H beat John Cena. Then at the Royal Rumble, I've had Triple H boost his ego even more. Talk about how Triple H is the greatest of all time and saying that he'll beat anyone. And to prove that at the Royal Rumble this year, he is going to defend the title in a Royal Rumble match. Yeah, that's right. You have Triple H defend it in the Royal Rumble match. But guess what? Triple H comes in at number 30. What a fucking dick. This guy said he's a great champion. Motherfucker's coming in number 30 as a champion. What a dick in the Rumble. Yeah, Triple H win that match. At Fastlane, Dean Ambrose calls Triple H out on this. Triple H goes, all right, fine. I'll beat you too, Dean. And Triple H goes, beats Dean Ambrose at Fastlane. Triple H is on a reign of terror. Who can stop Triple H? Triple H is almighty, too powerful. And then Vince McMahon, he's sick of this shit. He's sick of Triple H treating the title like trash. Or even better, you can have Shane. Since Shane came back, Shane's sick of this shit. And so Shane decides to make a WrestleMania main event match. Triple H says there's no point. No one else is available on the roster. Steph's hurt. Cena's hurt. Orton's hurt. Batista doesn't want to come back. You can make it as shooty as possible. CM Punk trying to do MMA. Daniel Bryan retired. Who do you have that can beat me the game? And Shane says, well, the man that you destroyed at Survivor Series, Roman Reigns. And then, bam, fans get exploded because we haven't seen Reigns in a while. We're not getting Reigns shoved down our throats or anything like that. Last time we saw Roman Reigns, he was getting his fucking ass kicked. It's been months. And then you just build up this anticipation. And this is if you're going to have Roman Reigns removed from television storyline. This is what you do. And then afterwards, you have it for months and months and weeks heading into WrestleMania. You have Roman Reigns not make appearances on Raw, just video appearances showing his training, his road to recovery, and Triple H kind of getting nervous. Kind of just play the Roman Reigns music, just kind of give Triple H some fear in him. There you have it. That's how you build Triple H and Roman Reigns. Not that fucking hard. You can even do it where Reigns is the champion and Triple H wants to do it. So, there you go. There we go. There's the booking, how I would have done it. So, that's what I would have done. I'll take a few more questions, and then I'll wrap this up, which means answer the rest of the questions I see. Do you think WWE will beat the record? Because to me, that shit ain't happening. Watch them make up numbers at the actual show. Yeah, I don't. Last I checked, they've only sold out 80,000. That's great. Great. Honestly, 80,000 is still a great freaking number. But this 100,000 mark, I don't think they're going to reach it at all, in my opinion. The Kids Show Awards is better than Roadblock. Agree, Chase? I don't know. Who's winning the Kids Show Awards? Did Carmelo Anthony once again fail to break a world record like he did last year, that punk? Well, I'll have to wait and see who won the Kids Show Awards, but probably at the most part. Thoughts on the New Day riding on unicorns at Mania? What the fuck? What are you talking about? New Day wants to ride unicorns at WrestleMania? It's not true, is it? What? Is this what? What the fuck? What, are you gonna just strap on the fucking dildos on the horses or something? No, this ain't true, right? I'm being dead serious. I've never heard of this. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Fucking they're gonna be riding on fucking horses like shit. Look at the top fucking. Do you see the horses? They're gonna do. What the fuck is this shit? fuck, I need the water bad right now. Oh my God. I did not hear this shit. Just think about it. Motherfucker wasn't wearing shit a lot. Yeah, look, this thing has different colors. I didn't know that. This ain't like no New Day shit. My mom got this at a Christmas party. Oh, God. Double A Star just broke me right now. New Day is gonna ride on fucking unicorns, apparently. Fuck. And John Thompson ends it off saying, Bray Wyatt versus R-Truth, he might actually have a small chance of winning. Oh. New Day riding unicorn. What the fuck? Oh, God. Thank you all for tuning in to the Roadblock 2016. I'm sorry, I'm still just picturing horses wearing this shit going, does this fucking make their way out to the fucking ring? How do you all not think that looks stupid? They just tie up fucking horses with this shit on their head and they're like, someone called PETA. PETA does not approve. Animal abuse by the WWE. Forcing horses to wear unicorn horns. That would be the ultimate under budget cuts. They can even get like a robot unicorns. They just tie on shit like this to their fucking heads. Oh, fuck. Unicorns. Fuck. All right. Namaste. You guys like what you saw? Hit the subscribe button down below. Thank you guys for being wonderful in the chat and on Twitter, asking y'all questions. Shout out to Elena Nicole. She does wrestling videos as well with her boyfriend. I think boyfriend, right? I'm not sure, Elena. You have to correct me on Twitter. Boyfriend, Vinny. They do some really, really good videos. They did a Royal Rumble's reaction, which I first saw them on. And it's funny, a lot of YouTubers, first time I see them is doing Royal Rumble stuff. So, pretty cool. Good channel. Check them out. They film good content. They don't film like consistently, but they're like OTR Central. When they release something, you know it's going to be good. So, subscribe to their channel. They do good stuff. They probably have more subscribers than me at this point, but I don't care. Still shouting them out. So yeah, go check out Elena Cole and Vinny doing their stuff here in the YWC. Always great to see new faces in the YWC. That's what I always say. And yay, Cardenas. No, I'm not going to WrestleMania 32. Waste of my time. So for all those unicorns out there, light it up. Put the unicorn horns on the head of the horses at WrestleMania. And I'll see you guys next time. Next time I'll probably do like a live event like this. Maybe Takeover Dallas. Not 100% sure yet. I didn't do the last few takeovers, but maybe Takeover Dallas. And yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Got other videos coming out soon that I've been meaning to release, so check those out when they get posted. I'm sorry, I still can't think it. Double A Star just killed me with that last question. So thank you all very much. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you all next time. Peace.